You know, they say to never catch a falling blade. I agree. You know, I believe them. I believe that that is probably not the greatest idea in the world. You know, catching fallen blades. But what does that mean? You know, what does that mean? Listen, I hear that, man. And I think, hold a higher standard for yourself. Don't be catching those fallen blades. Fallen blades, man, it's kind of like these hoes, you know? And you know the number one rule. I don't need to say it again, but I will. We don't trust these hoes. Never catch a fallen blade, baby. It's kind of similar, you know? It's like, hey, that guy you're talking to, he's a fallen blade, man. Don't catch him. Don't be doing that. Come on. You know? This job that you're at, that you complain about all the time, it's a fallen blade. Why are you trying to catch it? Quit. Switch jobs. I know it's not that simple. No, it is that simple. It's just not that easy. It's simple up in here. Hey, I'm in a job that I hate. Well, the answer is simple. Leave. Go to a different job. But the execution, well, that might not be that easy. You have to think about money. You have to, you know, it might be nerve-wracking to actually go ahead and put in that 2 weeks. I know how it feels. I've done it a few times. It sucks. But you know what's even better? The feeling of walking out of that door after you do it. Feels great. Anyway, man, a falling blade I kind of feel like is like a failing relationship, a shitty job, you know, a friend who is doing a lot of self-destructive behavior and you're now taking the brunt of you're suffering the repercussions of your friend's self-destructive behavior because you're trying to catch that falling blade. You're trying to help them. And it's like, well, are they being a good friend to you? What matters really at the end of the day? You know? And sometimes people are going to try and catch that falling blade anyway. And I think who am I to judge? This is all just advice. Do whatever you want at the end of the day. You're an adult. You can make your own decisions. Don't listen to me. I'm not the expert. I'm just a man on the internet who tries to be a good guest a good host to his guests. You know, who occasionally gets naked on camera or nearly naked on camera. You know, who sometimes live streams and even has trivia nights. Trivia Tuesday with your host, Chris Petrone. Merchandise coming soon. Merchandise coming probably this week, actually. Get excited. I'm excited. Are you excited? Some of you have probably noticed that the schedule on my website is not entirely accurate, and that is true. That is true. It's not entirely accurate. We're beginning to rework some things. Earlier today, I started working on the featured products page. I realized it was going to take me like a good hour or so, maybe an hour and a half to really get it to where I like it. So I decided to put it off to a later time because I was feeling pretty sick today, man. I woke up and last night, those of you who are the $25 Patreon, shout out to you guys. A few of you were in the hangout with me. And I was saying I was really, really tired. I didn't get good sleep and I was feeling a little sick, man. I had like some swelling in my throat. Kind of hurt to swallow a little bit. And I was like, uh-oh. I was like that one TikTok that, oh Lord. And then it like zooms out. And zooms out and zooms out and you're just standing there staring. That was me. And then I took a nap today for about an hour, maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour. It might have been an hour nap. I took a nap. And it was glorious because I woke up feeling pretty damn good. Not 100%, but I woke up feeling like 88%, which is, hey, if you took a test as a kid and got an 88 out of 100, listen, man, it's pretty damn sexy, you know? I have a question. Hey, that's nothing to shake a stick at. Is that an expression? Can I Google it real quick? I'm going to Google it. All right? Nothing to shake a stick at. Is not very impressive. Nothing to write home about. Oh, I didn't know that. I was using it the wrong way all this time. Well, okay. Just goes to show you. I'm not an expert here. I don't know why you're listening to me. I'm not the expert. Mm-mm. I just speak. I just say words. Words come to me, and I say things, and I hydrate. That's who I am. That's my gig. You know, that's really what it boils down to for Chris Petrone is I say things, I hydrate. You know, and I'm not mad about it. That's who I am, baby. That's who I am. We've got a lot to talk about on this beautiful episode of Chris Petrone Weekly. Now, typically, I tell you guys the number, the episode number in the beginning of the episode, and I did not do that this time, so I'll say it now. It is episode. Just a sec. It is episode 32. 32. It's been 3 weeks or so. It's been about 3 weeks since the last episode. Last episode was Planet Fitness. We talked about that. But we're not going to talk about that this time. This time we've got some other things to discuss, some other things to dive into. So it's going to be a cool 61 minutes this week. I'm just guessing. Future Chris, see what you can do. See what you can do. And this week, what are some of the themes? I have some stuff I wrote down to talk about, and we'll get into that. But actually, the very first thing I would like to do is let you guys know that this episode of Chris Petrone Weekly is brought to you by Tampon Tribe. And let me ask you a question. Those of you who get, a period. And if you don't get a period, you know what? Listen to it anyway. Just listen anyway. Because why not? How often are you sitting there and going, hey man, I need some menstrual hygiene products. I need some tamps, liners, pads, what have you. But you're like, oh no, I only have 6 tampons left. I know I'm going to need more. I'm going to use more than that over the duration of the next, say, 5 days. Well, now you got to go to the store. But let me tell you something. It's 2021. Why are you going to the store still? Don't do that. Stop that. No. Stores are dumb and stupid and lame and silly. Fuck stores, bro. Don't go to the store. If you go to the store, what's wrong with you, dude? I bet you the doctors wouldn't be able to find out. I bet you'd be in like an anomaly. You're an enigma. They'd be like, I don't know what's wrong with this person. And then I'd walk in and I'd say, oh, they go to the store. And the doctor would be like, oh, and just vomit all over the place. Like, oh, you sick freak. Get out. Get out. Don't worry about the copay. Get out. I don't ever want to see your face in here again. You store go-toer. So instead, why don't you order some tampons, pads, liners online? And then why don't you customize yourself your own period pack with however many of whichever absorbency tampon you want, however many overnight or daytime pads you want, however many liners you want. Order that pack. It'll come to your door every single month. You use it and you go, oh, you know what I realized? I put 10 Super Plus down. But you know what? I only needed like 4. And I don't think I'm going to need 10 next time. Let me change that to 4. And instead, I'll add 6 to the regular absorbency tampons. You can do that. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. They'll make that change for you over there at Tampon Tribe. They'll do that. Because not only are they 100% certified organic, they're 100% certified badass. And that's not cap. That's fact. You're going to be paying a little more than if you were to find the cheapest tampons in Target, let's say. You are. Let me tell you why. 100% certified organic cotton. A lot of companies like to slap the label organic on their products. It's fishy. It's fishy. Not everybody means it. Not every company you see out there that says they're organic is talking the same sweet, sweet trash. But you know who is? Tampon Tribe. Tampon Tribe means it. They're not fucking around. I apologize for the harsh language, but they're not. Absolutely not. They mean it. It's good stuff. I want you to know that when their products are inside your body, in and or around your body, that you are not using anything harmful to the human body. Can you say that about every brand of menstrual hygiene products? Can you say that about any brand of anything? Got to do your research out there. Lucky for you, I did it for you. You know what else? 100% plastic-free brand. Potato starch, polymer, film. Polymer is the wrong word. Scratch that from the record. Potato starch film makes up the packaging. Burlap sack, how do you feel about that? Save the fucking turtles. Save them. Save them. I live by the ocean. I found out that plastic applicators are among the top 5 things found at beach cleanups. I believe it. My dad lives on the beach. He rents a house on the beach up in Long Island. He says he finds them when he walks the dog. He has a Jack Russell. He has a Jack Russell Terrier named, drumroll please, Jack Russell. What the fuck is that? What is that about? The Jack Russell is named Jack Russell? I mean, that seems a little unnatural. I'm not going to lie. It seems a little unnatural. The only thing, you know what's even more unnatural than that? Finding plastic tampon applicators on the beach. So, you choose what you're going to do. I'm not here to tell you what to put inside your body. I'm here to offer a suggestion and inform you, and then you can make a decision for yourself. Because, like I said, you're an adult. You're an adult. And I think you're smart. I think you're intelligent. I think you're capable. All right? I'm merely offering a suggestion. All right? When you do go to tampontribe.com to order your period pack subscription, use code Petrone, that's Petrone, for 20% off. That's a steal. That is a steal. I might go order a pack right now. And I don't even use them. So it's honestly a steal. I feel like if you don't sign up for a subscription, which, by the way, you can adjust at any time, okay? You're not locked into any long-term anything, okay? But I think if you don't do it, I mean, look, I'm not going to say you're a lunatic for not doing it. I'm just going to say that I would do it. Okay. That's how I feel about that. So I fucking love water, man. Water's good stuff. Anyway, this episode is brought to you by Tampon Tribe. Thank you for sponsoring the content and supporting this creator right here. That's me. Bing. Much appreciated, guys. Go over to tampontribe.com and use code Petrone, Petrone, for 20% off your order today. It's a lot of good stuff, baby. It's a lot of good stuff. So that's how I feel about that. I was a little sick, man. I had a sore throat. I was nervous that it's strep. I took this nap. They call me the napping bad boy. They call me the snoozing Sally. And look, man, I woke up feeling like a new human. So my fingers are crossed. My fingers are crossed that with another good night of sleep, I'm going to wake up tomorrow feeling like I'm ready to attack. And tomorrow's Wednesday. It's Wet Wednesday. So who knows what's going to go down on Wet Wednesday? Anything can happen on Wet Wednesday. Anything can happen on Trivia Tuesday too, honestly. I mean, look, if we're being honest, which we always are, anything could happen on Trivia Tuesday. I think it'd be silly for me to shotgun a White Claw, but I might. I love for free. I drink for money. So that's how that works. So we'll see. We'll see what the bidding. I will do the bidding of the people. Okay, I will, and I will. I have done it before, and I will continue to do it. And I will do the bidding of the people. I'm merely here to entertain. The world's a stage, and all of us merely players. And that's really how I feel. I also feel like we're in a simulation sometimes, but I feel like I talk about that a little too much. We don't need to get into that right now. We don't need to get into that right now. But you know what I do want to get into? Your mom. No, I'm just kidding. Bad joke. Cowboys. Let me talk to you about Cowboys. Now, Cowboys is a place, well, you might hear, hey, I'm going to go to Cowboys tonight. And you might think, oh, that's a gay strip club. It is not. But I know why you might think that, If it was called something like, the purple cowboy, or the wet cowboy, or the kinky cowboy, throw in an adjective, throw in a stereotypically fruity adjective, and I think you're looking at a gay strip club for country men. However, when you strip it down to the core, and you're left with just simply Cowboys, I think it remains pretty neutral. It's not the Velvet Cowboy. It's it's not the Velvet Saddle. It's not the it's not the Spinning Spurs. It's not the Dirt on My Boots Saloon. You know what I mean? I think you know what I mean. Uh-huh. You know. Don't act like you don't. Oh boy. Look, get your mind out of the gutter, John B. But it's simply Cowboys. And I'll have you know, it's strictly business. Strictly business. Come on now. Look, I'm a heterosexual male. However, look, man, there's some attractive, muscular Southern men who go to this country bar, club, if you will, bar/club. There are. I aspire to be them. I've been hitting the gym. We'll get into that later. I don't wear boots though. I don't think I ever will. I'm from the north. The north. I wear skinny jeans and Vans. All right. I listened to Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco, 3 Days Grace, System of a Down, Linkin Park. These are some of my influences growing up. Avenged Sevenfold. Why don't you avenged sevenfold your laundry, you lazy sack of shirt? So no, I'm not wearing cowboy boots. I'm from the north. Dude, I'm from the north, dude. Come on, son. I'm from the motherfucking north, baby. Come on, son. Come on. Get with the program. I'm from the fucking north. I like my black old schools. My old school Vans, baby. With some skinny jeans. Distressed or otherwise. Blue or black. Maybe gray if I'm feeling sexy. Which I typically am. I throw on a necklace. I throw on a black t-shirt. I'm either going to wear a black or a white t-shirt. Boy. That's how I roll. Simple, crisp, clean, sexy. You want to talk about sex appeal? See me at Cowboys. Just don't look at any of the other guys. Just look at me and only me. And then you'll be like, that's an attractive dude. When you compare me with all the other guys, it's like, okay, well, but just look at me. Just look at me. We do the hair. You know, I've had some bad hair in my life. I've had some bad hairstyles and haircuts. I've had some pretty rough, cringeworthy shit going on in my head. You know, right now, I think we're pretty solid. I think I've cracked the code to what hairstyle I like. I've cracked the code to styling my hair, you know, combing it, whatever I do. Let me walk you through it. I get out of the shower, pat dry with the towel. I spray in a little bit of heat protectant and sea salt texturizing spray. Okay, then I break out the blow dryer and I blow dry my hair. I use a comb, sometimes a paddle brush, sometimes a vented brush. No comb, paddle brush or vented brush. Lately, I've been favoring the vented brush. You know me. I roll deep. I'll kind of tease it up. I'll roll it back. I'll, you know, try to volumize it a little bit in the front. Just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Comb it to the side. Make sure to get that part going, you know. Shout out to Jeremy down at the barber shop. I think his name was Jeremy. I don't fucking remember, honestly. But I'll go back in a week or so. And, you know, they line you up good there. You know, they take care of you. Oh, I'm not done yet. Finish blow drying. Then we're going to put in some product like a matte putty or clay. Pete and Pedro. Maybe Original by Blue Mon. You know, you take some in your fingertip, scoop it out, put it in your palm on the opposite hand. Then you rub, nice and hard and fast, really hard and fast until it becomes clear. You're emulsifying it. You're adding heat. It's activating the clay. You're applying it to your hair, okay? You're applying it to your hair. Adding some texture, you know, getting it to go in the direction you want it, getting it to lay just how you want it. Then out comes the hairspray. I forgot the brand. Suave, 4 out of 5 hold, perhaps. It's a black can with gold writing, I think. I don't entirely remember, honestly. I spray that in. Oh, but Chris, the ozone. Fuck the ozone. I want to look good. No, but I feel a little bit bad when I use it. I know you're not supposed to be using aerosol and shit. I know it's not good. I know it's not good for the air, for the earth, and I know that, and I do it anyway because I think we all have flaws, and that's one of mine. If you want to judge me for it, go ahead. But hey, man, I try to do environmentally conscious things in other walks of life, you know, like reducing my single-use plastic usage. We've got some Tribe tampons in the bathroom. I have some metal water bottles that I use instead of, you know, single-use plastic water bottles. I refill that shit. I have a Brita. You know? That's how I roll. I like to use cruelty-free products. I don't know anything about animal cruelty and testing. I really don't. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a chemist. I'm not an animal rights activist. I'm none of those things. At least not enough to call myself those things. You know, and look, I'm sure that there was a good period of time where testing on animals was a really good thing for humanity because it led to a lot of good things for us. You know, I'm sure that it was a pretty necessary part of the development of things in life for us humans. And it might still be for certain things. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. But I think there are a lot of things out there where we don't need to be testing things on animals anymore. I often hear this brought up in the cosmetics industry. Is cosmetics the right word? I don't know. Am I thinking of narcotics? No, I'm thinking of cosmetics. You know, maybe we don't need to be testing lipstick on bunnies anymore. We've kind of done that a couple times already. We're good. We have the data. We're good. You know? So I'm not one of those people who's like, never test anything on an animal ever. I think it would be a little bit extreme to say that. I'm sure there are instances in which it makes plenty of sense. And in those cases, I support it. But I also think there's a lot of unnecessary animal testing going on. Look, I'm not an animal rights activist. Come on. That's not why you're listening to this. I'm just trying to elaborate on a thought. Okay, hop off my back, bro. In any case, that's not my fight to fight. That's not what I'm doing here on this earth. So I'm going to leave it to the people who are. You know, I think if you try to do everything, I think like look, if you wanted to dedicate your entire life to like justice of different types, you could. If you go out looking for problems, you will find problems. You can turn anything into a problem, even if it's not a problem as well. So I think you got to pick your battles a little bit. You know, I have confidence that there are people focusing on sustainable automobiles. But that's not my fight, baby. That's not my path. You know? Oh, Chris, you mean you're not dedicating all your time to coming up with electric vehicle, technologies? No. What? No. That's not. Everyone has a role to play on this earth, man. No, that's not mine. I think it's probably a good thing that there are people who dedicate their lives to that. But we don't all have to do it. You know, I don't think we all have to be constantly up in arms about every single thing all the time. Sometimes in life, man, I like to get in my lane and drive and focus and take care of myself. And you can look out the window. You can even roll down the window and maybe order a chicken sandwich or pick up a hitchhiker. You can do these things. Stop and look at the views. You can do these things. But sometimes it's best to just hit the gas and throw on a podcast like you might be doing right in this very moment. You know? So who am I to judge other people's choices? You know? Come up on my page and say, oh, why aren't you talking about this? You have this platform. Why don't you talk about this? Am I obligated to talk about every single issue just because I have eyeballs on me? Am I? I don't think so. I think there's people who do talk about other things, and I talk about what I talk about, and I think that's okay. Simple as that, man. Simple as that. I made some new friends, specifically at Cowboys. You know, I've made some new friends. If you tuned into the stream last night, you might even have seen Kylie. Kylie is a good friend of mine. Met her at Cowboys, and we became buds. And then we each made other friends and introduced them to our other friend, and we just kind of like built a little network. Now we have like some homies. So when I go to Cowboys, I see JD, you know, maybe I'll see Amanda. Maybe I'll go to my usual bartender, Kaylin. I might, you know, maybe I'll see some guy whose name escapes me. I don't know. But I'll see people that I know, and they are my friends, and it's great, and I'm happy. Dude, I haven't gone out regularly with friends since like college. Like, I don't know what is happening right now. Like it's insane, man. I feel like I'm in a really good spot right now. And I feel good. I feel good about having friends. Listen, man, I don't know if you guys dance at all, but if you don't, I would highly recommend you try it. Line dancing. So I think people, if I didn't make this clear, by the way, Cowboys is not a gay bar. It's not a gay strip club either. It's just a regular old country line dancing bar. Anyone is welcome. You could be gay. You could be a gay cowboy specifically, and you're welcome there. It's just not a gay cowboy specific bar, is what I mean. It's just a non-denominational bar, you know? It's not throwing a label on it. You know, it's like a house of worship that says, "Hey, this isn't a Christian church. This isn't a Jewish synagogue. This isn't an Islamic mosque or Muslim mosque. No, well, Islam is the religion. Whatever. You know, it's just a place of worship. And here we worship, cutting up the dance floor in some boots and getting footloose, baby, and drinking a beer. That's what we worship. Anybody's welcome. Unless you're a total dick or a creep. There was a guy who was being real creepy the other night. He got kicked out. Shout out to the Cowboys staff. Good looks. Love to see it. I do not like when men make women uncomfortable. I do not like that at all. That makes me very angry. And I was pretty drunk. I was ready to start an issue with this guy, but luckily he got kicked out. So good job, staff at Cowboys. Good for you guys. Good for you guys. Here we respect one another, man. You know? Here on this podcast, here in life, I think we should respect. I think, you know what? Here's a great lesson for everyone. Ready? And if you're a listener of mine, odds are you don't need to hear this. You already know. But I'm going to say it anyway. Don't touch another person unless you know that they're okay with receiving said touch. You know? The only like exception of like going for it and like without really asking. I mean, like I feel like if you meet someone, you go for a hug. Some people hate hugs, but I feel like the people who hate hugs will tell you, be like, maybe they'll extend their hand or whatever, you know? And that's a relatively harmless one for the most part, although you can make hugs really creepy if you want to, and I don't suggest you make them creepy. But I don't know, if I'm in a bar and it's crowded and I need to like scoot behind someone, I'm not putting my hand on someone's hip. I'm not doing that. At the very most, you might do a light shoulder like touch just to like show, hey, I'm a human behind you. It's loud. Maybe you can't hear me. I'm going to apply a little pressure on your shoulder so you know, hey, excuse me, whatever. Cool, fine. That's different. But I don't like touching people unless I know they're okay with receiving the touch, you know? So that's a thing. That's a thing. And I even think I took that at one point in my life to the almost like the other way, where like I was on a date with a girl and she's like, you know, like you haven't touched me this whole time. Like, are you like into me? And I was like, oh shit. Because like in my mind, I guess I just kind of turned off the like, hey, I like the touch this person flip, like switch. I switched it off and I was like, all right, because it was like our first time meeting and I don't know, for whatever reason. So I think, but here's the thing. I would much rather err on that side of the spectrum of not touching someone enough than touching someone too much. 10 times out of 10. 10 times out of 10. Don't touch people. You know? And like, if you don't understand when it's okay or not okay to touch people, like maybe you just need to spend some more time around people, you know? I think there's some really obvious times where it's clear, like you can like, you know, like whatever. And then there's some obvious times where, okay, don't touch that person. You smell me? You smell what I'm stepping in, bro? Ooh, sniff, sniff. Let's go, baby. Whatever. You guys get me. Hey, like I said, if you're listening, I think you know. I think you know this. I think you know what's up. But it's one of those things to keep in mind. I mean, like when I go out, when I went out in college and when I go out now and, you know, just in general, like I find myself being friends with more women than men. And I have some guy friends at Cowboys. It's great. And I like that too. But I would say I have more women friends. And when you go out with women, you very quickly come to understand that it's a constant thing on their mind of looking around them, like seeing who's near them, seeing if there's any creepy guys like floating, hovering, you know, wondering, okay, is this guy going to do something weird? Is he going to touch me? Is he going to try to talk to me? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like it's a constant concern of theirs. It's not a constant concern for me. It's not a constant concern for most guys. I mean, there have been times when I felt that way, but it's not very often, you know? And actually the times I have felt that way, it's not every time, but most of the times that I do feel that way, it's men ogling me, you know, or like just kind of like staring at me, hovering at me, trying to get my attention, like coming a little too close, you know? And I could count on like 2 or 3 fingers in my entire life the time that I felt maybe like that way with a woman, maybe more, but it's much less aggressive even then too. And yeah, I'm not saying any of this to be like men suck. I am a man. That's not my point here. My point is, I think it's important to be considerate of the things that go on in most women's mind when they're out. And be conscientious of it, and you should take action specifically to make them feel more comfortable, not less comfortable. And You might just be a harmless person just trying to be friendly or whatever. But I think, and that's okay. Like being friendly is good. You should, I'm not saying don't go talk to people. I'm not saying that, obviously. Like you got to like use your head. As my dad would say, use your head. You know, take a second and think about like, all right, I don't know. Try to be actively non-threatening. It's not hard to do. It's not hard to do. If I see someone like, when I'm walking in places like maybe at night or maybe like down like one of the long halls of my building, if I see like there's a woman in the hallway, I'll like jingle my key. I'll like clearly like make some noise so that she knows I'm there, you know, or whatever. I don't know. I'll just try. Or if I'm like, I don't know, if I have AirPods, like I'll take one out and I'll make eye contact and like give her like a wave or something. I don't know, just be whatever, dude. There's like so many things you can do to try to like make people feel more comfortable around you. And it extends so far beyond the bathroom and keeping things in your bed. I mean, it extends in every interaction of everyday life. So yeah, man, these are the things that I think about a lot. I don't know. I just want people, I want people to feel okay. You know, I want people to feel good. I want people to smile. And I want people to feel like safe. And man, there's a lot of nasty, horrible shit that goes on in the world, and I feel like I want to be an influence in the opposite direction. You know? So bear those things in mind. Bear those things in mind. Yeah. So that's what's up there. What else do I want to say about Cowboys? I don't know. I met a young woman there. We're not going to get into details. It's private, but that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. So that's cool. So we'll see. We'll see what goes on there. You know, it's a new thing. Who knows? Who knows where the wind might blow? Speaking of meeting women and I guess going along. Let's talk about dating a little bit, man. Actually, let's just go straight to the bedroom. I went to IKEA yesterday to get curtains because I've been getting. Normally, like I try to be careful about like spending money on the place. Like I moved in, I pretty much have what I need, except for some like art on the walls and stuff. Okay, cool, whatever. But for the most part, I have what I need. I'm good, and now I'm just head down. We're gonna make some TikToks. We're gonna podcast. We're gonna earn some money. We're gonna work with brands. We're gonna do X, Y, and Z. Great. But I was getting bad sleep because of the amount of light that was coming into my room. We get loads of natural light in this apartment. I say we, it's just me really, but lots of natural light in this apartment, which is great. Big windows down to the floor in my bedroom. Excuse me. Pardon me. The thing is, I don't get home from Cowboys until like 3:30. You know, in the morning. I don't fall asleep until 4:30. I'm trying to sleep until noon, 1 o'clock. It's sunny out. I need curtains, so I got some curtains. I'm thrilled about these curtains. But while I was at IKEA, I also got, well, two other things. One is PG. One, I got a big old palm for the corner of the living room that really completes the fucking room. I'm excited about it. I'm happy. A++. And thank you, Nicole, for the tips, the plant tips. I ordered some of that oil to spray on the palm. I don't know if I spray it on the plant itself or in the dirt. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to ask you for a tip on that. But in any case, thank you for that delicious tip. But I also got mirror panels, 12 inches by 12 inches, and command strips for the ceiling in my bedroom, right above the bed. Right above the bed, baby. I would show it to you now if I could. If I could just dismount the camera and not screw up the recording, I would show you. I really would, but I can't do that. So check out my TikTok. I'm going to post some TikToks about that. By the way, I recorded a TikTok detailing the ceiling panels, and it got taken down for violating the community guidelines. And the original is still up. Like the original was literally, the text was literally talking about slurping up some vagina, and so your partner can watch you in the ceiling mirrors. That's what the original was talking about. And all I did was stitch it and then say, check this out. And then I showed you the mirrors. That's all I did. And mine gets taken down for violating the community guidelines. If you reported my video, fuck you. I hope your whole family suffers no, never mind. Anyway, so let me tell you. So I tried. So my friend Kylie, who we met at Cowboys and whatnot, we're like good buds now, and we'll she'll sometimes, like, if we'll drive to Cowboys together and she'll come back here and sleep in the guest room. So the next day, like, we'll wake up and maybe we'll do something. We'll go for a drive to pick up whatever if I want to get groceries or something, whatever. And we'll be in the car. And I have road rage, but not like road rage where I'm actually angry, but like it's my time to be therapeutically mean. So like when I'm in the car, like if I drive, I don't drive, I'm not like a speed demon. I'm really not, but I drive relatively quickly. Like I drive with purpose and I have somewhere to be, you know? And I find that especially down south, people drive like they have abso-fucking-lutely nowhere to go, and they don't give a fuck what time it is, and they just are cruising for the shit of it. It bothers me. But also, I know that they're trying to be safe and blah, blah, blah. I know. So it's like, so I'll be driving in the car, and I will say some horrible, horrible things. If there's someone in my way and they're going really slow, oh my God, I'll say some bad things. I don't know if I even want to repeat it on the podcast. Like, I will literally, I'll tell you, I don't really care. You guys know I'm just joking. But anyway, don't cancel me. But I'll be sitting there, like, I'm not saying like horrible, like racist shit, right? I'm just saying like mean things. So I'll be like in the car behind them, like driving, right? And they're in front of me and they're going really slow. And I'm like I'll turn the corner, I'll be cruising. Someone will pull out of me in front of me and go really, pull out of me. Ew. Someone will pull out in front of me going really slow. And I'm like, I hope you fucking die a horrible, slow, painful death and your children watch. And then I'll go around them. And then like, I'll take a breath. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. And then I'll keep going, you know? So like, I'll be mean, I'll apologize sometimes, and then I'll keep going. But I don't actually mean it, obviously. Obviously, that's horrible. But it makes me feel better. Like, I like screaming at them. You ever just like scream in your car? Like, it just makes me feel good, you know? So Kylie's sitting next to me and she's like, what the fuck? I mean, now she's used to it. But yeah, heads up for anybody who's ever going to drive with me somewhere. Some of you actually know this. Some of you know this already, listening probably. Although I probably toned it down when you guys were in the car. But anyway, I don't mean it. Okay, I don't mean it. I'm just. It's like going into a room and just screaming and then leaving. Like, it just feels good. It feels good. And I grew up playing Call of Duty. You know, I grew up, that's my excuse. I grew up playing Call of Duty. If you guys heard recordings from the old Call of Duty lobbies circa 2010, I mean, it's some horrible fucked up shit. Like, you'd be in the lobby about to start the game and you know, you're fired up, you're ready. Like, it's 6-on-6. You are going to take these motherfuckers down. You're out for blood, baby. These are real human beings on the other end who are going to hear your voice, and you're about to play against them. And it's a game. There's going to be a winner and there's going to be a loser. You're saying some horrible, horrible shit to them, but you don't mean it. In fact, you could even say, hey, I hope that both of your parents, get drowned in a kiddie pool in your backyard while you have to watch. And by the way, I mean it. But you don't actually. You just say that. Okay, I think you guys are following. I'm rambling. Anyway, and then it's all out war, baby. You get in that game. Oh, and then the game ends and you can talk again because like, it'll be like you're back in the voice chat and the game ends. And if you win, you're verbally shitting down their throat. You're like, fuck you. I told you I was going to win, you little piece of shit. I hope you like fucking, I hope you, take your Xbox and throw it out your fucking window. You should go sell your game. I hope your girlfriend cheats on you. Like, you're saying horrible things to these people. But it's understood that it's just sweet, sweet trash talk, baby. It's understood. I've had horrible things said to me. I say horrible things back to these people. It's great. It's therapeutic. It's the culture of Call of Duty. And it's amazing. It's amazing. But now it's cyberbullying. No, and like, I don't think it's the same now, but it's also, you can find people who get it. You can find people in the gaming world who will do it. And like, you'll say horrible things. And then like 2 minutes later, you'll be like, yeah, so anyway, how's your day going? And like, they just get it. Like, I met some great friends that started out by us talking horrible, horrible shit to each other, And then like we would send each other a message after the game, and I'd be like, all right, good game. You want to join up with me and my friends and play? And they'd be like, oh yeah. Because you know, it's just look, it's hard to explain. If you don't get it, you're just uncultured. I'm sorry, but it's okay. It is what it is, baby. And I bet some of you are listening and going, oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. But here's the thing. If you grew up playing soccer, you don't understand. Like it's, I mean, you understand if you played COD, but if you just grew up playing like soccer and have no idea about Call of Duty, it's, you don't do that. You don't go to your little league baseball game and, you know, tell the other team, you know, when you're like 14 years old, you don't go up to the other team before the game and say, hey, like I fucked your mom. I hope your dad's not proud of you. I hope he you know, never tells you he's proud of you. You know, I hope you whatever. Like you wouldn't do that. That's horrible. That's so fucked up. But in COD, it's different. It's different in video games. It's just different. I can't explain it. It's just different. It is accepted. It is normal. And it's understood that you're just trying to, it's like intimidation. I don't know. It's part of the culture. It's part of the culture, baby. It's part of the culture. I was at Cowboys the other night. We're flipping back to the Cowboys talk. Let me tell you guys something. I was at Cowboys the other night, and there's this individual who, you know, I have interest in, right? Cool. Fun. That's all I'm saying. Shut up. Stop. You're not getting details. You're not getting the juicy deets. All right. This is private. But this said individual, you know, we're standing around talking, and then like a slow song came on, and we're like talking, you know, we were in a group, there's a group of us, and we're like talking, having a good time. And said individual, who is a woman, by the way. Okay. I'm heterosexual. She like puts out her hand and like asked me to dance. And I was like, oh shit, really? Bet. And I was like, I felt like I was doing like the little hair, curl the hair behind the ear thing. I was like, oh my. I thought that was great. I love knowing that someone is interested. I like when someone shows me that they're interested via words or actions or touch. I love that shit. I love that shit. If I'm standing at let's say there's someone new, like, and it's especially important in like the new stages of like maybe like this is like maybe you've like kissed or whatever, and like this is like your second time seeing this person or whatever, and it's really early and you're not sure exactly what's going on, you know. And it doesn't matter what's going on. But what matters is like, is the interest reciprocated, right? And so like, say I'm standing there and like a girl comes up to me who, let's say I'm like talking to some girl, you know, whatever. And like, again, it's like the second or third time we're hanging out, and she comes up to me and she kind of like puts her arm like around my waist or my back or whatever. She puts her arm on me in some way and like says, hey, and like, I'm like, oh Lord. Like, damn, dude, that'll make your pussy throb. Like that shit. I love that shit, bro. Like it makes me feel like I melt. I melt like that. When someone shows me, if I'm like interested in someone and they show me, they do like they take an action that shows me they're interested as well. You ever see those TikToks where like a guy's sitting next to a girl and the girl like puts her hand on his like knee and the guy's face, he just gets all red and he's like, oh shit, let's go, baby. Like that shit feels so good. It feels so good to feel wanted. You know, it doesn't have to be this serious thing. It doesn't have to be like the person's like, I love you, I want to marry you. But to feel like human connection and to feel that I'm desired by the person that I also desire, to feel that it's reciprocated and to feel like it's an equal, you know, an equal shared thing. That feels really good, man. That feels really, really fucking good. And I felt that the other night and I was like, oh my Lord. And that made me feel good. It made my heart happy. You know, it made me smile. And I wanted to share that with you guys because I like sharing things that make me smile with you guys. Yeah, and I'm gonna hang out with this individual this week. So that's all. That's it. You're not getting any more details. Okay, you're not getting any more details. But Chris loves cute shit like that. So that's it's fun. I like when somebody texts first, or you know, it's just I don't know. I like interest. I like reciprocated interests. That makes me feel good, man. Really, really makes me feel good. I have to give another shout out to Nicole and Cambria because I don't think you guys understand. Like, or I know, I think you understand now maybe, but I don't think you necessarily knew at the time when I was like, hey, I really want this air fryer. I'm just going to casually put it on my wish list. And you guys are like, you know what? We got you. And whether or not, I honestly, I don't know if I understood it at the time, but now I do. I use this air fryer like twice a day at least, like bare minimum once a day, bare minimum. Like I use it so much. I use it for basically almost every meal. You know, it is the greatest. It's the greatest thing. Period. The greatest thing. Greatest thing since sliced bread. Greatest thing since regular bread. Greatest thing since, I don't know, like marbles were invented. It's the greatest. What the fuck? It's the greatest thing, period. You know, it's the greatest thing since I found out that Big Time Rush was making a comeback. I just, it feels good, man. Thank you. I'm appreciative of the air fryer. It's great, dude. I throw in tater tots. I throw in fries. I throw in sausage. I'll throw in hot dogs. You know, you could throw in veggies. You could throw in whatever the hell you want. I threw in shrimp the other day. I don't often buy shrimp. I like to I feel like, dude, I try to keep my like grocery expenses pretty low. So I feel like I eat a lot of like chicken, hot dogs, burgers, or like frozen stuff, whatever. But you know, there was one day where I was like, I'm gonna buy some shrimp. It's not terribly expensive. It was like, what was it, like $8 a pound or something? $7 a pound. Anyway, I got a pound of shrimp, and I made some fettuccine alfredo with shrimp, and that was pretty cool. So anyway, what were we saying? I forgot. But air fryer is freaking sick. I've been prioritizing going to the gym, working on my fitness. I be up in the gym just working on my fitness. He's my witness. You know what I mean? Shout out to Fergie. You know, throwback to 2009. You know? So, you know, those are some things that I've been doing in my life to make sure that I'm feeling good, make sure that I'm feeling my best self. I think because I'm also prioritizing OnlyFans as something that I want to be spending a lot of time on, I am trying to focus on my body a little bit more. And that makes me feel good. It makes me feel confident and healthy and strong, and just getting some sun, getting some fresh air, putting relatively good food in my body. I don't eat super clean, you know, but I limit the bad stuff. I make sure that I'm getting exercise. I'm trying my best to prioritize sleep. That's why we got the curtains, you know? So yeah, these are all things that I'm trying to do for myself. And I think two areas that I'm, so the one area in my life right now that actually, let's break this down. Well, let's break down the areas in my life that are good. I think fitness, I'm on a good path. Food wise, I'm on a good path. Like overall health, I'm on a pretty good path. I think if I get another good night of sleep, this sore throat will go away. I think that's my working theory. Views on TikTok have been pretty good. You can look at my last like 10 posts and all the viewership is pretty good on there. Honestly, I remember there were times over the past year where I was struggling to hit like 10K. Like if I had a video hit 10K, I was like, whew, okay, at least it didn't completely flop. Now it's like even the worst ones are getting like 35K. You know, which is, I mean, that's a fucking 350% increase. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick, man. Or 200, no, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point is that's 3.5 times more views. As kind of like my new baseline seems to be around 35K. As like the minimum. And my median viewership is like something like 80,000. My median for 2021. Median viewership. And that might have even gone up recently. So it feels good, man. It feels really good that's going well. I think the thing, okay, so that's what's going really well. I think what's kind of like neutral, but like I'm hopeful about is my dating life. I think there's some stuff in the works right now that I feel hopeful about, and I feel very like secure about and confident about, where it's not like flourishing at this point yet, but there's things in place that I feel like are promising, and I feel like I'm figuring things out. You know, I'm making good decisions in my dating life. There have been several people that I've talked to, but never really got past much of like talking, or maybe we hung out one time. And then I decided to cut it off because I just knew, you know, that it wasn't going to work. I picked up on things that I knew were maybe deal breakers in my mind, or I picked up on things that just seemed like, it's not quite there. And I've been realizing more and more as I get older that, I think a lot of people, especially when you're younger, you want to like talk to a bunch of people and you're excited and you're like, oh, I want to go out with this person, this person, this person. And like, then as you get older, you realize it's a lot of time and energy to invest into somebody, to spend time together, to meet up, to build a bond that you're comfortable to have sex with this person, like things like that. So to have this fucking rotation of people, it's like, I'm not even saying that having a rotation is what I don't want or bad, but what I'm saying is like, the quality of the people matters so much more to me now, and how much we connect. And I don't mean quality people as in if you're like if I don't want to be with you, you're not a high quality enough person. That's not what I mean. What I mean is like the quality of like how well we click together and how well we mesh and work together in unison. So like there are some people it's super effortless for me. There are people who it just completely doesn't work at all. There's people in the middle, you guys know what that's like, I mean, I know, there's some people where the converse, like we just get it, I'll say something and they're like, yeah, I feel the same way. And I'm like, wow. Oh, perfect. Oh, cool. And then, yeah, there's others who maybe it's not so much the case. There's physical attraction that you have to be able to meet. There's so much, that's kind of like that plays into that. So I think it's just a lot. And I've decided that, maybe in the past I would be overlooking some of these factors and being like, this isn't really like awesome, but like whatever, it's exciting. Let me like keep talking to them. And now it's like, if I know in my heart that I'm not really, it's not there, that maybe I saw a red flag or something isn't quite right, I cut the cord, and it's a little bit upsetting, but I almost think of it, it's not the same. But I do feel like there is some sort of similarity between, like, let's say you're like a boss who is hiring or firing employees. Now it's different because you're a boss hiring employees, and this is just dating is like two people who are equals. I understand it's not the perfect analogy. Just work with me here, okay? My point is, I think that as someone who's never been a boss of a business, I guess technically my business, but it's just me. But as someone who's never really been like a boss with a bunch of employees, I've never had to like fire people. But if I think about what it might be like for a boss to fire people, it might be at first a little bit like kind of nerve wracking of like, like I don't really want to fire this person. I want to give him more chances, But if if you just know that it's not working out and you need to make that decision, you got to do it, right? And I think that the like seasoned bosses who have been in a position of employer for a long time, or bosses who are just good at it, I think they realize like they're able to take a little bit of the emotion out of it in a way, because they realize like on paper, look, this doesn't make sense. And it's time to cut it off. Even if I love you as an employee and you're an amazing person and you crack me up and you're a joy to have in the office, it's like, because of X, Y, and Z, we can't have you here any longer and we're going to need to let you go. And I think having that sort of like calculated approach to dating is in some cases a really good thing. Now, you don't want to be cold and calculated in dating, period. But I think when it comes to holding standards for yourself and not accepting certain things that you find or deem unacceptable, you need to be cold and calculated. I never want someone to treat me like this, or I don't want to be with someone who, this is their goal. Well, then you meet someone, but they're really hot. No, but the sex is good. Or it's like you start to make up excuses. But it's like, yeah, but you said this was a deal breaker for you and this person has that quality, and now you're not going to cut things off because they're hot, or because you're nervous to cut things off, or because you're afraid to be alone, or X, Y, and Z. It's like you have to hold yourself. You have to be disciplined. And that's what I've been doing lately. And it feels upsetting at times because I did it with this one person whom we never even met in person, and she was very attractive. And we had some things in common, but the more I talked with her, the more I realized it wasn't going to work, So I just told her, I'm like, look, I don't even think, I think we should cancel our like date. I don't think it's going to work. And I just don't think we should waste either of each other's time, because I just have a strong feeling, like based on, our conversations that we had so far, I just don't think we're going to like be a good match. And she replied, sounds good. That's it. Nothing else. And I was like, okay. She might've been a little mad. I don't know, but I knew that was the right decision for me and for her. So I had to do it, and it like felt a little shitty at the time, but it also felt right. I was like good, because like old Chris would not have done that. Old Chris would have let that go on for far too long. And I think when you know, So those are my thoughts on that. And so I have something going on. I have something cooking right now that feels right. But again, super early, so who knows? We'll see where the wind takes us. The beautiful thing is there's billions of people in this world, and if something doesn't work out with one person, the only thing you can do is keep going, keep walking, move forward. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Once again, I'm going to be doing Trivia Tuesday tonight. It's a Tuesday night. We do Trivia Tuesdays every Tuesday, obviously. At 9 p.m. is when the competition starts, but I'll start the stream around 8 p.m. and I hope to see you guys there. Going for $300 tonight, man. And we're going to be giving away to the top donor a Trivia Tuesday shirt. We're also going to be giving away $25 to the winner of the competition as usual. This has been Chris Petrone Weekly, episode 32. I'll see you guys real soon. Peace.